Welcome to DivTech 101, aka Black Mentors. We discuss information technology, also known as IT. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about the impact of data breaches on privacy. Now, before we get into the meat of the topic, what I want to explain to you out there is when you look at data breaches, think of it as a burglar trying to break into your house, but they can't get in because you have an alarm, and that alarm lets you know that somebody is trying to access your personal information and you're not going to let them get away because you have a really good security alarm system at your home. That same concept you can apply to any company on the planet that has a web presence, that actually has physical web presence, website, email addresses, and things like that. They have intellectual property, also known as IP, and personal information, which could be health records if they're like a hospital, or financial records, which it could be a bank, and things of that nature. So that kind of analogy will help you kind of tie down what a data breach actually is, and it's basically a bad actor trying to get information. A couple of other things that you can do to um, kind of get a better glimpse into the whole perspective of what data breaches are is when companies receive or get a data breach, what happens is they have to act as quickly as possible. So, for example, a company can be hacked 3 months earlier and may not know for 60 to 90 days. And at that point, once they know, it is their duty under law in order to notify the end users, the customers, and the clients within 72 hours. Now, that's not always the case because sometimes it can be years before they find out that something happened. I mean, look at what happened to LastPass within the last couple of days. The hacker that got into there was in there for quite a while before they realized it was there due to a stolen computer. So these kind of things happen with all kind of companies over the planet. So don't think that there is a company on this planet whose systems are so perfect that they can never be hacked, because they can. It's only a matter of time when it happens. But just know that the companies that have those strong IT departments who are well versed and well knowledge and well staffed will be able to actually figure out when these events can take place, and when they do, they can handle it right then and there on the spot. Now, they have to provide clear and concise information without any type of trying to trick anyone or not, saying what actually happened, but they have to take those steps in order to protect the people. And they also have to be clear and concise with the information that they spread. They also have to offer assistance if possible, which could be, free credit monitoring. It can be fraud alerts. It can be identity theft protection and things like that. Now, once they offer assistance, they definitely have to be transparent, which means that they have to be transparent about the scope and the severity of the data breach on the magnitude of it. And these are the steps to help prevent future breaches from actually happening to the same company with any relevant updates and developments. Now, the communication may go through multiple channels. You used to hear it through the news, but now with social media being prevalent, you would have that through social media, such as like Facebook. You may hear it on Twitter. Most of the times that happens, but people are now being smarter and they're actually putting this information out on the web for you to access. Now, they also have it on their, may have it through email if your address is there. They may also have it through phone, which they may call, or website notifications. If the systems are probably hacked, they're probably not going to do as much email just to make sure everything is okay. But they have to ensure that the compliance with data protection regulations to ensure that notification complies with the relevant data protection that it's under, which it could be GDPR or CCPA. Now, they also have to provide a point of contact in case you have questions. So no matter how big the company is, that point of contact is for the affected consumers to reach out for more information if they want. So if all 1.4 billion people want the call, somebody has to be available. So just to kind of put this into a perspective, just know within 72 hours, depending on the type of data protection regulations and laws and the jurisdiction that applies for that breach will let you know of when they have to contact you. Now, just to give you a visual on it, when you take a look at the actual information in regards to a data breach, this is much more of visualizing the 50 biggest data breaches from 2004 to 2021. Now, at the time of this video is 2023 or March of 2023, so that tells you that this right here is almost 20 years here. But you can see the total records. If you look like right here, 17.2 billion total number of records lost, which that encompasses all of those over here to the right. You can see it from 04 down to 2021. Now, if you look on the legend on the opposite side here, what you would see on the legend is going to tell you which sector that this is from. Whether it's web, finance, tech, government, telecom, retail, app, data, gaming, and health. Ooh, there's a lot of those. These are the different sectors, but the biggest data breaches have happened within the web itself. From companies like LinkedIn to Facebook, averaging from 419 million to 700 million customer records lost. The size of the circle is significant of the type of breach, with Yahoo taking the crown at 3 billion records lost back in 2013. Now, as you can see, Yahoo, of course, was on the web, so that will be in the web sector. And then you see the year that it was there. Now, looking at all of these, I hope that this puts you into a better perspective here of what we have. But when you look at this, you have 50 of the largest data breaches, people, that have happened over this course of time. And that lets you know, no matter where your company is at on the planet, any company can be hacked at any time. We can only do the best that we can from an IT perspective. You can only do so much. Your security is as good as the end users and how much that you actually communicate with them and do education with them in terms of cybersecurity awareness. When you don't present that, the end users click on anything, they don't know, but that's how it happens. So I hope that today's video really gave you just a tidbit of a visual in cybersecurity and biggest data breaches between 2004 and 2021. If you definitely want to see more of the content, like, listen, subscribe to the channel. DivTech 101, aka Black Metal. Look forward to talking to you all soon.